thank the Lord for so much. And big shout out to the YouTube family. And let me get on again. So I was responding back to my boy Tay with this video. And I have to give a major shout out to my boy K Ray also. We was just talking the other day about this same stuff. How music always been a part of us, because growing up, believe it or not, if we didn't have music, man, and God, I don't even think I'd be sitting in this chair right now. Because when we talk about the hood, wasn't a whole lot going on good, but we learned how to have fun growing up. See, me and K-Ray was on that old school. We grew up on that old school music back then. You couldn't miss us on Marvin Gaye and Earth, Wind and Fire and Curtis Mayfield, so on and so on, Maze, and that was our favorite music and still is. And that music meant so much to me back then, and it still meant a lot to me now. Because one thing about the hood, for the folks that know what I'm talking about, they're straight out of the gutter, straight out of the hood, you had the dope, you had all the crack around, then you had the church right there. Then you might have had a little recreation center, and then you had the liquor stores. And then you got the church right across the street from the liquor stores. Some sitting right next door to each other. So what am I saying? We always been around sinners. That's why I can, relate. Like I always talk about people in the world, if we wasn't in the hood, man, the hood made me what I am today. Let me say that right. God made me what I am today, but the hood taught me to appreciate life, because a lot of people didn't make it. A lot of people still ain't making it. A lot of people still doing the same thing they was doing a long time ago, if they ain't dead or locked up. So when we always talking about, like P.P. Drawing say, his church is in the hood, my home church is in the hood. The churches right down the street are in the hood. The churches are right behind each other on the next street, are all in the hood. And the liquor stores is right on the block. And I remember when we was growing up, a whole lot of times, a lot of people on dope, a lot of people that was drunk, they would walk up in our church and come in there and try to get some salvation. That's why I always say we can't turn our back on the hood. I would never turn my back on people in the hood. And I had a good question about doing this, where you really asked me the question, how do you keep helping people and they make you so frustrated because they just don't want to try? And you know what? That's a good question. Because people will make you angry. But you know what I tell people, bro? I ain't going to support your habit, but I will give you something to eat, and I will put some clothes on your back, and I'll pray for you, but I'm not going to give you no money to keep killing yourself. See, it's some people out here like this. I won't reveal no names, but they think that my job is to take care of them. Some of them knock on my door, man. They just knocking and knocking. They want you to just keep on taking care of them like you they child, like they your child or something. And I done made a lot of people frustrated with that, because I tell them, man, hey, you are not my child. You are a grown person. You got 2 arms, 2 legs. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You can go get a job. And they will make you frustrated, because the thing that frustrates me the most is when I sit there and tell you, I don't have no money today. I can't give you that. I don't have no work for you. And then what frustrates me most is when a person keep on begging you over and over and over. Hey, man, you at least got $1. You said you was gonna look out for me. Well, hell, when I'm down there, ain't hardly nobody looking out for me. So I be keeping it real, folks. When I get down, I can't get nobody to give me a damn dollar. And they want to get mad and things that you like. It's your responsibility to take care of them, but you got to let them know, hey, man, I'm just here to help. And I'm not going to be able to help all the time. See, you'll find out when you get down, you'll find out a whole lot of people want to be there to help you. And then when you always on your feet, you helping everybody. And they'll turn their back on you when you get to struggling. When you in the hood, man, you get used to it. Music, man, the rappers. See, me and K-Ray, all we used to do was rap, man, and sing that old music and play that old school music. We used to be hiding in the room trying to, make little cussing tapes, hiding from my mama, make sure she don't hear us cussing. And man, that was the best times in my life growing up. We grew up in the raggediest of times, but we grew up, man, and we had fun because we was broke. We knew how to have fun without no money. I remember my mama showing us how to have fun, man. The best of our days, of our lives, was when we was broke and didn't have nothing. Because when you broke, man, you don't even worry about nothing, man. That's how you learn how to be creative. And that's why music is such a, such a art of being creative, man. I love music because music is how you express the way you feel. That's why I tell musicians, if you don't have your own creativity and you want to just play like somebody else did, you will never understand how you would establish your own style. Because I like to take things from people and mix it with what I already know. So I'm just tying this video in together, kind of like with us growing up and people in the hood that make you mad, but I'll never turn my back on people in the hood. You know why? Because God never turned his back on me. I remember how lost I was. I remember how he reached out there and grabbed me. So my job is to reach out and grab somebody else. And hopefully they can get saved and grab somebody else, so on and so on. Our church was in the middle of the hood, man. Still there. Quite a few churches out here on the block. Like I tell you, you can go in a lot of neighborhoods in Dallas and you'll see about 6 or 7 churches on one street. But my question is why they ain't reaching out to a lot of folks. I got a problem with that. That's why I do all I can to try to help the next man or the next woman. It's not my job to judge. It's not my job to condemn. But I do set them straight because, man, you can ask my boy K-Ray. They knock on my door every day, and I don't look down on now one of them. I think my boy Twin mad at me right now, man. Twin came by the other day and say, man, what's up? You mad at me or something? Because he came the other day. I said, Twin, I'm doing bad on it, man. I don't have nothing. And Twin kept going on with, man, you said you was going to, do this for me, do that for me. And I said, Twin, I don't have no money. I said, I got other things to do. I got to help myself. I said, I don't see you giving me no money. I don't see nobody helping me. I said, understand when I'm up and you can do what I can do. I do what I can do, but you got to understand when I'm down. I'm down, man. And I said that my job is not to take care of you, bro. I tell a lot of them that. They get mad at me, man, but you know what? The truth hurt. Because if I could help everybody in this neighborhood, man, it'd be impossible if I could do that. It'd be very impossible for me to do that. And a lot of times they don't think about it like that because all they think of is, well, my habit. I got to do this. I got to do that. Man, if you're going to have a habit, you need to get a job and support your own habit. That's just real talk. Stop going door to door and going around here begging folks to help you make you just enough money to go smoke, and then you want to turn right back around and come back to the same house 20, 30 minutes later, begging the same thing. You got a routine of doing that all day. Now you need to go get a job. I told you I'm not going to help you kill yourself because that's what I'm doing. I'm just as guilty for giving you money and then you going around to the dope house. No, my job is to put clothes on your back, feed you, pray for you, go on about my business. Whatever you do after that, I can't save you. I can tell you about somebody who can, but I can't save you. We are still in the hood, man. My boy K-Ray always come through here almost every other day, and he checks on people. That's what we do. We check on people and we see if we can help somebody. That's what it's all about, y'all, helping each other. And we got to be helping each other come to Christ as well and living for God, doing his will. There's too many people just sitting down and turning their backs on people because they look at what they do. Man, I tell you, if God was to pull the cover off of all our lives right now, if grace and mercy ran out today, we'll all be doomed in hell, man. Doomed in hell, because real talk, none of us was all that good, and none of us are still all that good, because we are still in this old fleshly body trying to be good. You fight with it every day. So I don't never turn my back on the hood. The church was right there in the hood. It's still in the hood. That was my home church. North Park Missionary Baptist Church, still in the hood. You can come in as you are. I don't go there no more because I've been gone from my home church since 1998. God moved me on, further on out, and I've been gone and never been back. But I checks on people in the hood. I never look down on that prostitute you talk about, that dope dealer you talk about, that guy that's on crack that you talk about. Man, them people are intelligent people, very intelligent. And they used to be doctors, lawyers. They once upon a time was on their feet. We shouldn't kick them while they down. We should keep on lifting them up and helping them in spite of what they do. And I know that's hard for a lot of people to do, But that's why I always say you can help people without money. You don't always have to have money. You can give food. You can give clothes. You know, it's so many things we could do. So that's why I do what I do, man. I would never turn my back on the hood. And if it wasn't for the music, see, all we had was music and God. That's why I love all different types of music. That's what I learned how to play the piano on. It wasn't gospel music. I learned how to play the piano off of old school music. I love old jazz. I love Grover Washington Jr. I love the Bar-Kays. I love the Stylistics. I love my boy Billy Paul when he came out with that new style with the song Me and Mrs. Jones. I love all the different types of music. The Temptations on down, you name it. Sam Cooke, old school, new school, R&B, you name it, man. I love it because that's all we listened to growing up. And I still listen to it now. I don't care who judge me and tell me I'm going to hell for listening to secular music, because I don't even say the word secular. Hardly know I say secular in these videos, but I don't say secular when I'm talking to people. I just say music, man. I just tell the name of it: R&B, jazz, gospel. I don't sit there and condemn folks with music, man, because real talk, these people don't understand that the people that you look down on and that sings R&B, they all started in the church. And some of them still go back and help the church. And what's cold that a lot of people don't know, if you know something about music and being around people, you'll understand that they wind up going to R&B because the church folks ran them out. And I'm not talking bad about church. That's just the truth. They have ran them out, so they stopped singing gospel and went to R&B. But here's the thing I like to tell people: just because somebody stopped singing gospel, now catch this, just because they stopped singing gospel music don't mean they don't know who God is. Come on, people, can we keep it real? That's just music. That don't have nothing to do with them knowing in their salvation who God is, because God was the creator of music. Music is a beautiful thing. Just like sex is a beautiful thing. We all take stuff and abuse it. Marriage was a beautiful thing designed by God. We done took everything that God has created and we done misused it and abused it. That's just the point blank truth, man. We take sex. Look at what's going on with sex. Ain't nobody married hardly no more. You can sleep with somebody and don't even have to know them, man. And we wonder why we got all these diseases out in AIDS. And see, growing up in the hood, we saw some of everything, man. We used to play in the field with the crack bags and the needles. I used to pick those needles up. I could have easily been had AIDS or something. I could have. I used to. One time, I didn't know what it was. I picked that needle up and I was gonna stick it in my arm, but this man stopped me. And James, boy, Marvell, he know what I'm talking about. I used to play with them crack bags. I saw pipes. Everything, I picked it up and played with it because I didn't know what it was at first. And I thank God for protecting me from all that stuff, because we grew up in a nasty time, man. Our hood was terrible. We didn't have nothing to look forward to other than that music and going to that regular recreation center where it wasn't nothing but shooting dice and cussing out folks, fighting and shooting at. That was our lifestyle growing up, and the church was right there in the middle. But the sad thing was, church wasn't reaching out to hardly nobody. And the sad thing to this day is, church still ain't hardly reaching out to the black community, because they look at the black community, what they do. The problem is, folks think they can't nobody change, but they can. Look at your own self and remember how long it took you to change. If you hadn't changed, you'd have been dead. You'd have been all the way gone from her. That's why when I wake up every morning, I say, thank you, Lord, I'm on top of the ground and not under the ground. I love my life, and you should love yours too. Thank God that you made it this far, because he never brought us this far to leave us. Big shout out to the YouTube family, PP Drawings, K-Ray, Mitty Man. Big shout out to you, Orange Flavor, I'll Rock. Hey, man, I'm proud of everybody. Let's keep on encouraging each other. The YouTube family, everybody. Hiding Cliff, y'all know who y'all are. Dreadhead, oh man. Sergio, I got some new names on her, but I was able to get this video through. So, like I said, if you don't see me on here no more, you know what happened, because I'm still having issues. I'm on my other computer right now. But God bless everybody. Take care. It's JT.